and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Haller and I'm here with Peter Theunis of TAS Group. And we're at EBA Day 2016 in Milan. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for the invitation.
How has the real-time payments picture in Europe evolved in the past 12 months?
The last 12 months was really the phase of defining the plans. We had already older initiatives like the UK Faster Payments, but the last 12 months really showed a take-up in Europe. We have the rulebook of the EPC, which has been defined. This rulebook is now in approval phase by the end of this year. At the other hand, it was EBA Clearing who did a blueprint, a European blueprint on instant payments. This is now evolved in really, they settled already initiatives together with SIA, they signed contracts with SIA, and they did the first, let's say, round looking in the market which banks would sign up, and they signed up already 40 banks in this initial round. Besides that, we have a lot of other national initiatives in the Netherlands, in Spain and so on, Italy. And now it's up to building the plan and implementing the plan, so the next 16 to 18 months. And afterwards, then we come into the big phase of the interoperability. How do these schemes work together? National initiatives with the pan-European initiatives. And of course, how quick will the market adopt these plans?
Are instant payments an opportunity or a threat for the banking industry?
I would not speak of a threat or an opportunity. I would speak about a challenge. This is not, let's say, a redo of SEPA. This is totally something else. Making data real-time available 24/7 in a bank is a mass transformation of these banking systems. So it's a huge challenge for banks to do this, and it will be a challenge to operate in this manner. At the other hand, there are opportunities, but also outside the bank. For example, retailers. If I take the example in the Netherlands, retailers there have their revenue streams over the weekend, but they have their funds only available on Monday late afternoon, while on Monday morning they have to pay their suppliers. So there's a big issue with cash flow management in there, which can be solved. So really the banks can solve also not for themselves these issues, but also for their customer base. Beside that, there are a number of other opportunities, cost savings, checks that will disappear, also the low value cash payments, lower cash in Europe, and so on. So there are a number of opportunities there, but I would speak of really a challenge to do this in a bank.
What should banks and other players be doing now to capitalize on the real-time trend?
The first thing that they need to do is decide if they want to be the first or will be a follower. If they are a first mover, then they can win the market and maybe can win market share. Once they decide, they have two phases. You have an internal phase, this means transformation of your internal systems, make everything online available, and also think about other regulatory projects like the PSD2 will be somewhere come in between of these projects. So you need to manage these projects all together. And then also the internal processes and people that have to run on a 24/7, 365 days a year. That will be a must. At the external side, it's mainly about acquiring the new business. Banks will go into a real omni-channel acquiring situation where they're not only acquiring customers via their traditional channels, via card channels, but also via these instant payment channels. So this will be the second thing. The third is the real-time trend. Real-time gives much better customer experience, so instant means then also instant, immediately, and also means guaranteed, because that's the second thing in the payment, that today people have to wait or unsure of what the result will be, but now payment is guaranteed. Fourth is also that the banks become less dependent on cards. Cards is today, let's say, their biggest channel of this, and they will then in the future be less dependent on these cards, less dependent on the international schemes of cards, and also less costs that are related to these. But of course the cards today have that acceptance channel, and the banks still have to prove that in the future they will build these acceptance channels for instant payments.
Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.